That's,
I think it's great.
it's phenomenal.
Okay, great.
For sure. And I don't let out that word very often, just so we're clear.
Sure.
We're going to take a look at Caroline Wozniacki today.
Okay.
We're going to look at a couple of kind of benchmark checkpoints in her swing. First of which is going to be her preparation with her body. The second one is going to be her contact point, and then we're going to look at how she follows through. So initial setup, and I chose a swing here that's really similar to how you set up. She hits most of her shots with an open stance, but this particular swing she hits with a square stance, which is how you hit most of your shots. So just to keep it as similar as possible. But I'd like you to take a look at her hips relative to the baseline, her shoulders relative to the baseline. That's really the main thing we're going to be focusing on. And then as she drops her racket down below where the ball is going to be, I want you to keep an eye on the logo on her shirt and the logo on her pants. And I want you to just kind of track those two pieces relative to where the ball is and how her racket starts to move. And you see that both of them start to disappear before the racket gets to the ball. And by the time she makes contact, they're both gone. You can still see a little bit of the one on her pants, but you can see that her hips and her shoulders
Go together.
And they've led the swing. They're moving before the arm and really kind of pulling. You get a real sense here that the arm and the racket are pulling behind the rest of her body. And the order of operations here is critical. If she were to reverse that and her arm would go first and her body would go second.
You look like me.
We'll get there. You're getting a little bit ahead of us. So by the time her racket actually hits the ball, everything is facing forwards. And now it's a matter of her arm really just loosely delivering the energy through the point of contact and out towards the other side of the court. And you'll see her shoulders continue to turn. And this is a really big, definitely offensive swing here. And so by the time she finishes, her chest is actually facing away from the camera, and it began facing towards the camera. So there's a whole 180-degree turn here, and her arm is following behind that rotation. Does that make sense? All right, over here, I picked a shot that the two of you are in a similar position, in a similar stance. So as you move to the side, we'll look at those same positions. Here's your initial setup position. Really similar to Caroline. Your shoulders are facing towards the camera, hips are facing towards the camera. As you go forward towards the ball, I want you to...
Is the only thing that moves. Okay.
There's a little bit of body turn in here.
Not much.
If you look at the pattern on your shirt.
Only because my shoulder makes you do that, right?
And there's varying degrees. I'm gonna, just in full transparency and just to give you a full perspective on what's going on, I'm gonna show you some examples that are pretty good and then others that are way on the other end of the spectrum. Most of them fall somewhere in between. And I would kind of put this in that category. Like there's a little bit of body rotation, but not much. Hips really not at all.
Right.
They do turn, but not until after contact. And so what we have here, exactly, is a reversal of force. Your arm and your hand has to do the hitting because your body hasn't done anything yet. So I'll show you a couple examples here just so you get a full sense of what's going on. This next one, you definitely got trapped as well.
Yeah,
This is basically worst case scenario as far as the body turn is concerned and the hip turn. So yeah, really trapped, I agree. Probably definitely close to your body.
Yeah. You get enough space.
And you do what a lot of players do after contact. You do present your body to the net. You do turn forwards, but it's too late. The ball is already off the racket, and so it's almost kind of a faux rotation. So Laurie, in a nutshell, the focus here is going to be on changing the order in which your body works. We're going to focus in pretty exclusively on getting your body to lead and your arm to follow. Once you start to get a pretty good sense of how that works, then maybe we'll introduce some attention back to the actual swing path. But for the time being, we're going to focus really narrowly on just your body leading the swing first. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
All right, so come on up to the service line for me.
Still skeptical.
She's like, sure it is, Ian.
I like it.
Sure.
I like it.
Theoretically, it sounds great.
All right, good, good. So remember, we broke the swing down into 3 pieces before, and we're actually going to go back a little bit further, and we're going to start from your ready position, and we're going to, from ready position, go to preparation, which is going to be a turn to your right, just turning to the side. Go ahead and mirror me. Yeah. And from this position, what we're going to do is break down the forward motion into a couple different pieces, and we're going to exaggerate it. At first, I want to see you turn your hips and your shoulders while leaving your arm in place, and then I'd like to see you move your arm to catch up and go to contact. And so let's do that again. From ready position to preparation, body, leading, and at first I want you to leave the arm back. Yep. And then bring the arm forwards. Yep. So position 1 is ready position. Position 2 is preparation. 3 is body turn with the arm back. And 4 is contact. Just one little adjustment here, just to make it a little more comfortable. When you go to preparation, I'd like you to take your right foot and go ahead and let it pivot back. Okay. Really nice. Let's do one more of those. Good, nice job. So here's your starting position. Here's your preparation. Here's your body starting. And your arm following. Really good.
Okay.
Are you still skeptical?
Yeah.
She's
Nice
like,
job.
until I'm looking like her next to him, I'm going to be skeptical.
What does it feel like to you?
Weird.
Yeah? Where specifically does it feel strange?
Everywhere.
Everywhere, all right.
So,
It is, yeah.
you know.
On the last few, I'm just going to give your racket just a little bit of resistance, just so you can kind of feel that stretch again while your body leads. Yep. Yep. Is it feeling a little more familiar? That's good.
We'll see. I'm getting more of a sense that I actually might be able to do it with a ball.
Good. You can. I just want to show you your last one real quick so you can see how your body's moving. So you can see even more separation now than the last time we looked, and that's because I asked you to really exaggerate it. I grabbed your racket for a couple.
Okay.
And so that would be a really, really ideal position, your racket relative to your body, with both facing forwards, hips, shoulders, and racket face.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going to go through that same process of preparation, turn, contact, and now I want you to allow your racket to move through the point of contact. And so the follow through, anytime somebody asks you to manually achieve a follow through position, just by definition, it means that it's being manufactured, it's being kind of forced into a certain spot. Where when you watch professional players hit, the follow through is just a byproduct of the energy that was flowing through the point of contact. They're not like trying to finish over their shoulder or at their hip or over their head or whatever it is. That's just a natural response to the huge amounts of energy that are going through the ball, and combined with how relaxed their body is. And so as you go through these, I would encourage you to just kind of feel the direction the racket is moving when you would be making contact, and just let it just continue, just let the energy dissipate kind of in a natural direction. Good, good, great job. Make sure your body continues to lead. Yep, your racket is following. Good, Larry. So here's the last one that we got. So preparation, body leading, contact, and now you're allowing the racket to just continue moving from there. That's great, honestly. Like I'm really happy with that.
Our work here is done.
Let's go to lunch. What I'm looking for here, all I'm looking for, I'm not looking for any. It wasn't like a trick. Like I'm not trying to Jedi mind trick you into like finishing in
No,
a particular spot.
I get it.
What I'm looking for is not any kind of like jagged edges or twisting or turning, or just allowing the racket to decelerate smoothly. And that was a great example of that.
Okay.
Now we're going to add a little bit of a timing element. You're not going to hit the ball yet, but Megan is going to toss from the other side. What's going to happen here, Lurie, is she's going to wait for you to get to your preparation position. She's going to toss, but her toss is going to be well off to the right, and you're just simply going to time your movement with that toss, but it's not going to be in a position where you could possibly hit it. One practice, and 3 tosses. Good job. Good job. One more. Good.
Good.
Here's the last practice that you did. And then here's the three tosses. So even in real time, if you focus your eyes on kind of your shoulders, the plane of your shoulders, and in your peripheral vision, watch your racket. You can see how your shoulders are now rotating first. Your racket's.
And my hips are actually moving.
Yep. So we're going to go through a couple of practice ones.
Okay.
And then eventually I'll ask Megan to toss the ball. This time it's going to be actually in line with where you could hit it. And so it doesn't matter if you hit the ball.
Okay.
If you do hit the ball, it doesn't matter where it goes.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if it goes into the pods or over the curtain or whatever. Your only focus is making your execution of your movement with the ball there the same as your execution without the ball there.
Okay.
2 practice. One more. And now same movement with the ball there. Good job. Way to commit to it. 2 practice. One more. The same thing with the ball there. Good job. Good.
See, I cannot worry about hitting the ball.
It's great.
It's a good skill.
That's the ultimate, for me,
Yeah.
the ultimate
Well, I
test.
have proven.
If you're willing to commit to missing the ball, then that's awesome. So, practice ones. This is the very last hit that you just made. So, we're maintaining the exaggerated position here with the plane of your shoulders and the service line. That's great. Nice job. So now you can see your body
Yep.
actively leading the swing instead of your arm leading the swing. This is, I really couldn't overstate how dramatic of a fundamental difference these 2 movements are. You've done a really good job in a short amount of time. Leading with the arm following compared to arm followed by body.
Nothing. Right. By his shoulders. Okay.
Let's come back to no man's land.
Okay.
Let's go to 2 and 2. 2 shadow swings, then Megan will toss to 2 balls. Good job. A little bit on the early side. Great job. Two tosses. Nice job. Yep. Here, so let me show you the difference between those last 2.
Been reaching.
Yep. The second to last one was really nice,
Yeah.
really smooth. Here's your last shadow swing. Body is still arriving a little bit earlier than what we want to see in real life,
Okay.
which is great. Here's your second to last hit. That's great. Leg position there. That's really strong, really solid. And then here's the very last one.
Way early.
Whoa.
Yeah, reaching.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
So
Yeah.
I show you this just so you can kind of
Right,
align
sure.
what you experienced, like physically, with the reality of
Sure.
what it looked like. The one before that is exactly what we want to see,
Okay.
and then you just began a little too soon on
Right.
the last one. Megan's going to be feeding with a racket now, so
Okay.
it's just naturally going to introduce some more variation. And this will probably be the first time where you're probably going to find that you're going to have to make some adjustments. So just mentally kind of be prepared for that. Your top priority is going to continue to be the swing execution, over hitting the ball, meaning more important than actually making contact with the ball. But there will now be more challenge. All right, let's see 2 shadows here. How many balls you got left there, Megan?
4.
And we'll hit 4 balls. Megan's just going to feed the rest that she has in the basket. Nice, Larry. Definitely late on that one. It's the first one in a while. Late on that one too. There you go. Let's check them out. Overall, really, really good, really solid. So here's the first one that you hit. Really good. This is right where we want to be, like in real life.
Okay.
Not early anymore. You're not exaggerating it anymore. This is the lead we want to see with your body, and the position we want to see at contact with your hips and your shoulders. Nice job.
The second ball seems like
Second
it's
one
close to me.
definitely was late
It's close
with
to
the
me,
body.
yeah.
And here's that third one that you weren't sure about. I'm
Well,
curious.
I felt like it was better than the one before it, but
It was better. Yeah, it was better.
Yeah, okay.
Check out the elbow position again.
Yeah.
It's not quite as far back.
Right.
And I want you to compare that to your
The final one was
first
kinda
swing.
better.
Look at the elbow position here, how it's at the front edge of your body
Right.
instead of the back edge of your body. So this will be the most variation now from shot to shot.
Right.
It's going to take the most movement, judgment of the ball. All those things take your attention away from
Yeah.
focusing on this. So you have to give yourself some grace here, number one. Number two, try to manage those other things in your subconscious as much as you can, and keep your attention really as much as possible just on the rotation of your body first. Nice, Larry. Nice rally here. Great job. That's really good. Nice job. Let's take a look at a few of those last couple. I think your last like half a dozen or so were all really well executed. Really solid term position there. The term for this is lag. The racket head lagging behind the rest of the body. And this only happens when 2 things occur. Number one, the body initiating, and number 2, a lot of relaxation up and down the arm. And so seeing this position without us really having worked on it is a really, really positive sign.
Good.
That you're doing both things really well. So set up. It's really nice how you're laying that hand back. You're in a really, really similar position to her now. And on a rally ball. It's excellent. You're a little further out in front than she is. That's not too bad. That's really, really excellent. Come look at this. This was the clip that
I can't tell who's who.
just look through those 2 strokes. She's starting to lay her hand back too.
Yeah, it's good. Look at that.
I know, right? Yeah.
That's relaxation right there, too. Look at the arm relaxed. This is on a rally ball?
Yeah, this is like the
Oh, wow.
fourth to last shot that she just hit.
No, I think it's great.
It's
And I think
phenomenal,
Yeah.
for sure. And I don't let out that word very often, just so we're clear.
Sure.
It's really good. It's
Yeah.
really, really good. Yeah.
It's really good.
Great job, Larry.
Yeah.
All right, we're
Get
gonna
you a quick
get ready
drink.
for lunch.
Yeah.
Great job.